Muy buenas tardes, buenas noches, buenos días, my people, my brother, my partner, my fellow, my homie, Jacobo Munguía, aquí editor audiovisual de Lucha Libre Online, representante de la página Dark Lion Productions. Y, hey, si se preguntan con quién estoy nada más y nada menos que con el padre creador de la lucha libre en Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, with me, the father, the creator, the man that had the idea of making soft ground wrestling. I mean, hey, look at him, Bombash Daniel with me. How you doing, sir?
I'm okay, sir. How are you, Mr. Jacob?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm very happy to finally have a conversation with somebody that's getting people attention. The internet wrestling community is going crazy, are very curious, are very interested in the project that you're doing, to the point that we have wrestlers from Japan coming to South Ground Wrestling. We have Will Ospreay trying to help you guys a little bit with this project. We recently have Mansoor and Mason. I mean, that guy have many names. I mean, it's hard for me to identify which is the right one. So
Indeed, he has many names.
yeah, he had many names. There was a point that I just made an interview to Mansoor and to Mason, and there was a point that I wanted to tell him, hey, stop changing the names. I mean, it's gonna get very complicated for us. But thanks to them, Mr. Boombash.
Yes.
Tell me about soft ground wrestling. When did this idea came to you? I want to make a professional wrestling company in Uganda. When did that started? How did it happen?
Soft ground wrestling started as an idea because I loved watching wrestling and I loved commentating wrestling. So with the knowledge I had about wrestling, I started making small shows, translating pay-per-view events and main events in Uganda. I could collect people in a community, then gather up, paying small money for me to translate for them a main event, because I knew the nomenclature, I knew the type of skills people were using in pro wrestling, and people could pay to come and watch me translating to the local Uganda language. So the money I got, the small money I got, I rented out a place in Mukono. It is a swampy area. I slashed it to a bushy area, making it a field with the little money I made. Then I started thinking of training wrestling, because people people got to know about my shows, and people loved my shows so much. In fact, just translating a pay-per-view like Fastlane to local language Uganda, and people were excited. So I started telling them and promising them I would start training this wrestling in Uganda. And some of them did believe me. So the little money I was collecting from the sessions, I went to identify an area of 4 acres in Mukono. It is a forested area. Then I rented it out from a landlord. Then I came back because I had gotten a TV job. I had gotten a TV job. A local TV station hired me to translate those wrestling shows on their TV station, and they would give me some little money. So I asked them for 2 hours, because normally Raw and SmackDown or AEW is 2 hours. So when they gave me the time, I started translating this wrestling, and the people loved it. So I put advertisement on TV for whoever wanted to come and join the world of pro wrestling. To my surprise, people didn't believe me, and the only people I got on March 20, on 16th March 2023, the first batch of people I received were orphans. To my surprise, orphans turned up, and school dropouts. Now nobody took me serious, because they said this is a lucrative, dangerous game. And even parents used to tell their children not to involve themselves in such games. People in Uganda think that wrestlers are injected with medicine. They're injected with the anti-pain steroids or anabolic steroids. So they have that thinking that it is a dangerous, painful game that can impact health problems in the future. So none of them. Many people discourage their children to come and join me. So the only people I got at my desk were orphans and school dropouts, children who do not have the future, children who came to me. We love watching wrestling, Mr. Bombash, and we would love to be a part of you. Come what may, please tell us what you know about wrestling, teach us, mold us. We want to be future professional wrestlers in Uganda. So in Uganda, we have a local training, we have local wrestling called Echigo Gumbia. It's called Echigo Gumbia. It's a local traditional wrestling that has culture. So what I did, my professional wrestling, copying the WWE techniques, I called it Echigo Cha Boombash, meaning Boombash is wrestling. So when I call it Echigo Cha Boombash, I try to mold it to put some kind of Ugandan culture into professional accolades. So I started with these 6 orphans who came on March 16th, 2023. I started teaching them from zero. So I started with 6 children, 2 girls and 4 boys that came up to love this kind of sport. I started training them, molding them, teaching them how to give power bombs, how to give drop kicks. I taught them the locks, the different types of locks, the diving, taking
the chin every time they fall, right?
Yeah,
with the chin and every time they fall. Okay, yeah, perfect.
But I had challenges of accommodation because I had nowhere to keep them to sleep, and I decided to rent out some small room where they could sleep. But I needed 2 rooms because there were some girls and boys, you couldn't mix them together. So I had to go an extra mile to get another room so that they can sleep there. With time, as time went by, more and more people started coming, more and more orphans, because what I did, when I taught these few boys and girls, they started fighting. And we started fighting there. I recorded their videos and put them on TV. So when I put them on TV, other people saw and they were like, okay, these people are learning wrestling. We should also go. And people came like that. Currently, I have almost 200 to 180 students at soft ground. But they came slowly to come and learn this kind of wrestling. But then I had to change how I choreograph and make scripts and storylines. That's why you saw me including the Lord Wyatt, because wrestling is about story. Wrestling is about the microphone. Wrestling is people enjoy following a story.
Exactly.
It makes rounds. So I thought of a story about colonialism, a story about a British colonial person, because Uganda was initially colonized by the Great Britain.
Exactly.
So I brought in Lord White. But Lord White has been in Uganda. He expressed his interest after watching us on a local TV station, because we made rounds. Even the most watched TV station in Uganda wrote about us and said that these young Ugandans invented this kind of pro wrestling. Please, government, support them. But the government refused to support us because they think they think we don't have future.
Is that the same news station that you have videos of them on the YouTube channel?
It is the same TV station that came and took videos of MXM.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm surprised the fact that you're saying that for you is very important storytelling. that is very important to have a script. Um, I'm from Honduras. Honduras is located.
Tegucigalpa,
It's
you know Tegucigalpa?
yeah. Well, Tegucigalpa is in is Central America. I mean, is in Central Honduras. I'm from Tel Atlantida. I'm from the north of Honduras. And in Honduras, we don't have professional wrestling. We like to watch professional wrestling, but the difference is that in Honduras, at least we have money, we have the resources, but we don't have something that you guys have, and that is courage. That is respect and passion for professional wrestling to the point that you guys are doing it from zero. We don't. So I wanna applaud you, and I wanna applaud each and every a boy and girl that is practicing professional wrestling in Uganda. I mean, you guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like the fact that you guys are using the storyline method because I get to see in Mexico, they don't use it that much. I get to see it in Japan. Sometimes they get to use the storyline method. They both are very concentrated in competition. AEW, sometimes we get to see them use storylines, but WWE, the way they are doing it right now, especially with Triple H in charge, I mean, it's beautiful. Let me ask you a question. Did you guys get to see WrestleMania?
Mama Roads, Mama Roads. We watch WrestleMania. Let me tell you something, Mr. Jacob.
Okay.
We love wrestling from heart. We will literally know everything that is going on around the wrestling world. TNA, New Japan, AEW, WWE, and some Mexican Luca Fiber. We watch literally everything in wrestling. We love wrestling. The only challenge we have, or the only challenge I have, I am self-funded. I am self-funded. I do not have money, and I only rely on funds that are given to me by donors that is given to me by the community that loves wrestling. You find someone can donate 100 kilograms of posho, maize flour, and sugar for my kids because there are like 200 of them, and I cannot feed all of them. So what I do, I rely on donations, small donations, and funds. Even the GoFundMe, we hit a $10,000 goal for the ring, but we are stuck with the taxes. That is why today I was writing the requirements. We need taxes to clear the ring, and we can use the ring, but we shall use the ring for maybe movements around Uganda for them to spread the gospel of wrestling, but we shall stay with our soft ground because they love soft ground. Even when we get the ring, we shall remain with our soft ground because the government some time back thought that Bumbash was training foot soldiers, and I could go to jail. But when they came on ground, I told them that these are young boys and girls who are dreaming of glory. They're dreaming to become superstars. Look at Nigeria. Look at Ghana. They're exporting Kofi Kingston, Omos, Obafemi. Those boys, they're fighting in the US, they're fighting overseas, and the revenue is being employed in the country. They're investing back in the country. So even the legendary footballers in soccer in Premier League, some of them have an Asian African background. Yes? Sadio Mane, very many of them. So please leave me, and I give them a bright future. So when I showed them that we don't have any interest of training foot soldiers, training people who could riot during elections, I told them after learning these skills of wrestling, they are creating a future for them. They don't have parents, some of them have singles, do not have at all. Others have parents, but no money for school. So please, let me give them a limelight of the future. So they left me, and in fact, they were happy because I told them very well. They were happy. So I just told them that I maintain them from soft ground camp. They're always here. They don't move. They're always learning how to talk, how to execute, how to make storylines, how to make beef and feuds. So they don't have any intentions of involving in any other bad activity or criminal activity.
Yeah, yeah, that's good because yeah,
Yeah,
for
but I had
me,
also the challenge, Mr. Jacob, wait, the challenge of land, where soft ground is, it is for someone, it is 4 acres of land. So we can't buy the 4 acres because we don't have the money. But because we got the GoFundMe, we are able to pay up to December rent. We paid up to December. So thanks to the wrestling world for contributing for soft ground. We bought some food and the supplies that can take us up to June, and we are okay. And we bought some little beddings, but we assured the landlord that we will one time buy the land because in fact he wants it, each acre he wants $12,000, that is $48,000, and with the time we shall pay, because we believe that we shall get the support and pay for our home. We reclaim it when it is ours, and we can develop it. We can build a warehouse where people can come and watch our wrestling shows. I want to become the brand ambassador of wrestling in East Africa. Wrestling is dead in East Africa. There is no wrestling. West Africa, perfect. South Africa, perfect. East Africa, zero. Because they don't know about professional wrestling. Even in Congo here, they're using their traditional styles somehow, but professional wrestling is dead in East Africa. And I want to be the one to wake up the call of professional wrestling through soft ground.
perfect, perfect. I noticed that I mean, right now, if people go and check the YouTube channel, they will get to see an improvised wrestling ring with normal ropes, some bamboo sticks I mean on the corners, and like some kind of a small hole in which basically is the soft ground where they normally wrestle. Before that, it was just the hole, right? I noticed that from the first videos, it was just a hole. There was no ropes, there was no bamboo sticks. Is that right?
Yeah, at first there was it was just a hole without bamboo sticks. But a good rope in Uganda is like for $40. A good rope that you can use, like it goes up to $40 US. That time I didn't have money the first videos, but I improvised. Then the poles, I'm in a forested area. Every type of trees there. I chose bamboo because of the yellow color, giving it a texture that is really, really good.
That's perfect. I noticed that I mean, when I see these videos, I get to see. I told this to Mason and Mansour. These kids are executing movements like if they were pros. I have seen these kids execute a spear just like Roman Reigns. In some cases, just like a Bill Goldberg will apply a spear. I was like, hey, these guys are giving me quality movements. I get to see them
You develop
execute.
goosebumps. You develop goosebumps.
Yeah, yeah, I get to see them execute also. I'm not pretty sure if I get to see an RKO from them. The choke slam, I get to see them execute. Unfortunately, I have not seen anybody try making a pile driver, which is a move that I will not like to give it a try testing. But power bomb, I also seen power bombs being executed over there. This is something that you try first and then you show it to the kids, or it is something that
Now,
you learn just by watching?
Mr. Jacob, all the moves that are taught to my boys, I know almost every move. I know the signature moves, I know the finisher moves, and I give them categories of how they can integrate their fighting. So I literally do first, then show them. We go for training sessions, we go with the figure 4 leg locks, the Texas clover reefs, we do the Patama Pal drivers, we do everything. I teach them from zero. And before I acknowledge you or I authenticate you to fight in a soft ground ring, you have to undergo training of literally 8 months. 8 months. So that you can really, so there are almost 100 students out there that haven't yet started fighting because they're under the process of learning. So if you were to bring the whole NXT Performance Center to Uganda, they'll be learning super fast because their canvas is fake. Our canvas is natural.
Okay. The girls, I'm surprised with the girls. I get to see the girls doing their stuff, doing good things, moving fast, moving well. I noticed that there's a 2-minute video of a girl that started watching professional wrestling since 2019, a couple of years ago. Yeah, and she's now apparently one of the top girls right now. Listen, I want to say the following. I want to take advantage of telling something to your boys, to your girls and boys of South Ground Wrestling. Guys, please listen to your teacher. Don't concentrate on doing things for yourself. Try to concentrate doing things to entertain and to make the business look good. Sometimes you're gonna lose, but sometimes when you lose, you actually win, because this is a sport in which team effort makes things very, very beautiful. So guys, keep it up. Like I said before, listen to your teacher, listen, learn, apply, be patient.
Mr. Jacob,
Don't go fast.
I always tell them safety first. Safety first. Even the pond match. Did you see the pond match?
Not yet. Not yet.
You haven't seen it?
I have a lot of things that I have to see.
This was for yesterday. This was for yesterday. It is trending now.
The apocalyptic pond match.
Yes.
Yeah. According to what I have here, it was 12 hours ago that you uploaded the video. So, I mean, I do see that you guys are not using the ring. You are using something else.
Last man standing.
Exactly. So, I'm also I mean, that's telling me that you guys are not just doing things different, but you're also improvising to give us something unique. You're not trying to become a ripoff of WWE. You're not trying to become a ripoff of AEW, CMLL, AAA, MLW. No, you are trying to give the people Uganda professional wrestling. You are trying to be you. You're not trying to be someone else. So I tell this to the kids: be you, be yourself, believe in yourself, believe in your strength. Make the difference, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so to finish, there's something
I would also love to tell the Spanish fraternity, the Mexican fraternity, you can support Soft Ground by buying a shirt on foryouarewear.com. the MXM SGW shot. The proceedings are going direct to soft ground to improve the welfare, the facilities of soft ground. Just grab your shirt, go to foryouwear.com and purchase your shirt. You'll be supporting soft ground.
Okay. Give me a moment. I think I have. Okay, you can find that on the Instagram, right? That info you can find that on the Instagram description.
X Instagram, the links are there. X or Instagram, for you wear. FORUR.
Okay, perfect. Like I said before, like I said, I don't know if I said this on the beginning of the interview. A lot of countries in Latin America are gonna be watching this video. There are gonna be two versions of this videos, just English version, and there's going to be a subtitle version of this video, subtitles in Spanish for the ones that doesn't know English. So you're gonna have people from Honduras watching you guys. From Tegucigalpa, yeah, Honduras, Tegucigalpa, Tela, Atlántida, Ceiba, Roatán. You're gonna have people from Mexico looking at you. You're gonna have people from Ecuador. Hugo Sabinovich, he was working for the video.
Just know that I love the Latino countries. I love to come to Trinidad and Tobago, Colombia, Mexico, Paraguay, Uruguay, Honduras. Very many countries I love to go. I love to use the Mexican pesos one time and be like, oh, a peso. I'm having a peso.
Did you try the tacos? Tacos
the tacos?
in Mexico? Yeah, the food. Tacos.
No.
But did you? But in Honduras, did you taste the baleadas, right?
Pardon?
Did you taste the baleadas in Honduras when you got to Tegucigalpa?
I've never come to Tegucigalpa. I've never. I just know that.
Oh, okay. Something else that you want to say before we go? A message to the Latino community of professional wrestling. A message to the followers of Dartline Productions and Lucha Libre Online.
Latino community. This is a message from Bombash Daniel. With an estimated number of 180 students, I believe that wrestling in Latino has an origin too. And I'll give an example of one country, that is Honduras, the Republic of Honduras. Honduras is in Central America, right?
Yeah.
And I know it is bordered by Guatemala.
Yeah.
Is it? Guatemala to the southwest, down there, and El Salvador.
Exactly.
I don't know Spanish, but I have no problem with a person speaking Spanish. But if I'm to say the national anthem of Honduras, it gives people hope. Just like at Soft Ground, we have, we will break, for we make mistakes, but we would love to wrestle for faith, achieve our dream for greater horizons. So in Honduras, for you, you have free, sovereign, independent, right?
Exactly.
That's your motto.
Yeah.
Honduras is a country that I love to come to. It's a small country, very small, very, very small. And I know that it is important for the wrestling community to know that they have brothers and sisters. Just like MXM said, Mansour said, the language, it's a unified language. Whether you speak English, Japanese, or what, wrestling brings us closer. We speak the same language. We speak the same language when we are in the ring. So I bet that the cultures of Maya, you know, the Maya culture in
Maya.
Maya.
Mayas are from Honduras too.
Yeah, they're from Honduras, and they're called the Meso what? How are they called the Mesoamerican?
Oh, yeah.
They should know that in Africa, the cornerstone of professional wrestling has come from Uganda, and we would love them to support us in any way. And I would also thank you, Mr. Jacob, for hosting me on your Zoom link. I'm so happy that you identified. I saw your following, 200-something K on Insta. I was like, wow, he's got a following. He's got it. You shouldn't have even written too much on your Instagram because you already have a following. I believe in you. So
thank you.
I'm so happy, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you. Thanks for helping these kids. You are inspiring people. You are taking these kids out of any criminal activities. You're taking these kids away from drugs. You're showing them the professional wrestling way, which is a way in which a lot of people enjoy, a lot of people love. Thank you for your time, Mr. Bumbash. Let me say something in Spanish. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Before you say something in Spanish,
Sorry?
I know you don't have access to your president, Xiomara Castro, but you tell him that you send me some lempira.
We will try. We will try. Hopefully she gets to see this interview.
Xiomara Castro, to send me some lempira. Thank you so much. You can say.
Okay. Mi gente, estuve aquí con el padre creador de Subground Wrestling, Mr. Daniel Bumbash. Si quieren apoyar, váyanse a lo que es el Instagram o el Edge o Twitter de Subground Wrestling. También tienen canal de YouTube. Ahí pueden ver todo lo que están haciendo. Tienen su villano, Lord White, que es el colonizador ahí que está haciendo estragos. Y el señor Bumbash está pues enseñándoles a estos muchachos el camino de la lucha libre, alejándolo de las drogas, alejándolo del mundo criminal, enseñándoles del mundo de la lucha libre. Mi gente, gracias por estar con nosotros. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Daniel Bumbash, Jacob Muguia here representing Dark Line Production and Lucha Libre Online. Hey, recuerden, Lucha Libre Online es la página número 1 de Combat Wrestling en español. Y hey, adivinen qué, en español nadie lo hace mejor. Nos vemos hasta la próxima. See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.